Hello, boys and girls. Today is January 11th and it's Monday, and this is our reading lesson for today. Okay, it's going to be kind of hard this week because you're at home the whole week doing the reading lesson. So it's important that you watch the videos this week with me and do a lot of the reading with me and before you do any of the work at home. So watch the videos and then do your work. Okay, so let's get started. So the week and a little bit before we had our break, week and a half before we had our break, we had our theme that was all about time. So all of our stories were about telling time and how there are different ways to tell time. So this week, our theme is all about plants and how they grow, which is kind of nice. I mean, we have the snow outside. There's not a lot of growing going on. That'll come in the spring. So it's kind of nice to at least think about plants and how they grow. So all of our stories are about plants and how they grow. So one of the words, the vocabulary words we want to learn today is bloom. And look at the pretty flower. So when flower buds open, they bloom. So when they open up like this. So an example, in spring, the flowers bloom and show their pink petals. So that's the word bloom. That's just a new word to learn and a word that you can use this week as we're just talking about plants and how they grow and change. Okay, this word, we know OUT is out, and then we have sprout. When seeds sprout, they begin to grow. An example, tiny leaves start to grow after the seed sprouts. So when you plant something and when you first start seeing it come out, it's sprouting. That is sprout. Okay, so let's look at, this is in your little book, but I'm just going to show you the picture right now. This little boy is looking at this plant and it says ready, set, grow. What does the boy see growing? How will it change? So look at what he sees growing. What do you think? How will that change as time goes on? Yeah, here's some good ideas. It's going to grow bigger. It might get flowers. Might just be a plant, might be a vegetable instead of a flower. Okay, so what do plants or sprouts, what does that sprout need to grow? I'm going to move you a little bit this way so you can see my board. Okay, so I'm just going to write sprout here. That's our sprout that we just looked at. What does that sprout need to grow? Let's try to think of at least 3 things. What does that sprout need to grow? Okay, I hear some of you saying water. Someone said sun. Good job. Sun or light, any kind of a light. What else does it need? Think about a plant that you have. It needs sun, it needs water. I'm not sure if I hear anybody saying air. It needs air, because if you had a plant and you put it inside of a Tupperware and shut the lid tight and didn't let air get in, what would happen? Wouldn't grow, would it? Wouldn't grow or change. And then someone I heard say you need dirt, the dirt that's in it, the soil. So a sprout needs the soil to grow in to plant its roots. We'll just add another one down here. Soil or the dirt. Water, sun, air, soil. The soil kind of provides the nutrients that it needs. Okay. All right, so in order to grow, it's going to need those things. It's going to need care in order to grow. All right, and speaking of grow, you might have seen it up here. These are our new words of the week. I know the light's kind of glaring on these two here. So let's look at them from here. There's grow. That's one of our word wall words this week. It's not on the spelling test, but it's one of the words you need to be able to read. Grow. Pretty. Pretty. Because flowers and plants are pretty. At least some people think so. I guess not everybody does. What is this word? Together. Look, we have to, get, her. But you put it together, and it's together, because the TH says together. Together. That one's not on the spelling test. It's actually an easy one for kids to learn how to spell, though, because you can do it in parts. To, get, her. Should. Oh, this looks like a couple of words we have already had, doesn't it? Looks like could. I thought we had would, but I don't see it over on my other board over there. But we did have could. So if you took off the sh and put the C, remember we had could. Now it's should, and this is on our spelling test. S-H-O-U-L-D. Should. Something. Oh, and we have it written right here, don't we? Because plants need water to grow. So of course we're going to have that this week because it's going to be in our stories about plants. Water. And water is another one on the spelling test. Let's look at it again. W-A-T-E-R. Kind of looks like waiter because that magic E, waiter, but it says water. That's why it's a sight word. You just have to remember how it's spelled. And color word, green, because plants are green. Okay, let's look at these again. Grow, pretty, together, should, water, green. Grow, pretty, together, should, water, green. Yes. And keep practicing those. I think we sent the strips for you to cut the strips and read the words for your ring of words. When you come back, we'll check them. So keep practicing those. Practice writing them, practice reading them. Okay. All right, so now we're going to read our big book for the week. It's called Mystery Vine. Mystery Vine. Of course, it's about a plant. It's written by Catherine Falwell. Okay. While we're reading, we're going to kind of think about what we think might happen, make predictions, and then check and see if they're correct. Mystery Vine. See if I can hold this a little closer. There's some bugs on the leaves if you look closely. I'll see if I can hold it and point. There's one there. There's a little one up there. Mystery Vine. Okay. This is just one of the title pages. Looks like you can kind of predict what they're going to do by what they're carrying. What are they going to do? Look at, can you see what the little girl has in her hand? I'm trying to get it close. Seed packets? Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to plant some plants. Garden, maybe? Last spring, we planted lots of seeds. We watched them grow and pulled the weeds. That rhymed. Seeds, weeds. chair so I can move a little bit. First came lettuce, crisp and crunching. Bright green peas, so good for munching. Crunching and munching rhymed. So they planted it last spring. Lettuce came first, then their peas. Radishes all in a line, but what was that young mystery vine? What do you think that is? Just right here. With sunny days and summer showers, tomato plants made tiny flowers. We tied the beans to poles with twine and watched the creeping mystery vine. Anybody have an idea of what it might be? Some of you might know because maybe it's something you have planted before. Looks like it's getting yellow flowers on it. Well, this one looks like it's getting like red. These have yellow. Oh, because that's the tomato plants. We tied the beans to poles and I watched creep. So I guess this is the mystery creeping vine. Okay. The vine grew on, and overnight came yellow blossoms, big and bright. And it's creeping. Carrot tops were good for tickles, cucumbers for making pickles. We looked and looked for clue or sign to help us guess the mystery vine. So she likes to tickle her feet on the carrot tops. Then we found other things to do, but the mystery vine still grew and grew. So see it along the fence there, just going all along the fence. They have sunflowers, so it's getting later in the summer. Fall is here. It's getting cold. The garden now is looking old. But look. And the dog is looking at a bug, like a grasshopper. Surprise! The mystery vine. Did you guess what it was? Let's see if you're right. Here's the page to find out if you're right. The mystery vine is growing pumpkins round and fine. Did you guess pumpkins? Because they grow along the ground with the yellow flowers. And they didn't come out until the fall. Lots of pumpkins, big and small. Lots of pumpkins, short and tall. Pumpkin breads and pies to eat. And there's our fall tree. Jack-o'-lanterns, trick or treat. We toast the seeds, but I save mine to plant another mystery vine. That was kind of exciting. And then on the back it shows some pumpkin recipes. Pumpkin apple bread, roasted pumpkin seeds. These will be good in the fall, right? When the pumpkins are ripe. Funny faces. Oh, here's one that says, make an egg friend who will grow green hair. You need a raw egg, a cup, need some potting soil, and then a pinch of seeds such as wheatgrass, alfalfa, rye, a marker to draw a face, and a small jar lid or bottle cap. So then it looks like they cleaned out the egg and then planted their seeds in there and drew faces. And then the hair, the grass grows and gives it hair. And it says, make a book vine. You need colored paper, a long piece of thick yarn, and then crayons or markers or colored pencils. And they wrote names of books, it looks like, on the leaves of what they read. So it ended in the fall. It started about spring, and then the book ended in the fall. But in the summer, what happened to all the plants in their garden? Yeah, they grew, and then they were able to pick them and eat them. So all through the summer. And it depends on the plant when it's ready to be picked and eaten. They kind of go, and on the seed packets, it'll tell you how many days till maybe it'll start, becoming ripe. I know we do tomatoes in the summer, well, in the spring, and then in the summer, and I feel like it takes a long, long time, but by like June, end of June or something, we might start getting tomatoes. So plants are all different, but they all grow because they're living things, just like we are living things and we grow and change. Plants are living things and they grow and change. Okay, so we're going to do our story today. So you're going to need your little book, and you're going to look for that where I had that boy. It's on page 28, because right before that was our Nate the snake. He was late. Okay, so Nate the snake. So it's after that. Ready, set, grow. And then you're going to turn the page to our words. And while you're looking for that, I'm going to move you over to my smartboard. Okay? Take me just a second. Kind of. I'm going to move you up higher so you can look at the smartboard. There we go. Okay. And we're going to look at our words. Go back a page. I want to go back to the page you're on. You found this page. So these are the words we just talked about, and you can see them here too on my board. So we have green. Let's just look, before we listen to the sentences, let's just read the words again together. See if we can remember. Green, grow, pretty, should, together, water. Green, grow, pretty, should, together, water. Okay, whoop. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, there we go.
Green.
Whoa, that was loud.
Peas and beans are green.
Goodness. It was a little loud. Peas and beans are green. Grow.
Grow. Plants get big when they grow.
Plants get big when they grow. I'll try this.
Grow. This is the word grow. Say it with me. Grow.
Well, they used to have videos sometimes, but they don't seem to do that anymore. Whoop. This one is pretty. It looks like pretty, but it's we say pretty, pretty.
Pretty. The flowers are pretty colors.
Okay, your turn. The flowers are pretty colors. Should. This is on our spelling test this week. Should.
Should. Which seeds should I plant?
Which seeds should I plant? Together. Together.
Together. The children have fun riding their bikes together.
Okay, your turn. The children have fun riding their bikes together. And one more. This is on our spelling test. Water. Water.
Water. Water comes out of the hose.
Water comes out of the hose.
Water. This is the...
All right. So one more time, purple words. Green, grow, pretty, should, together, water. Okay, so if we turn the page, this is more of your phonics of the week. So you're spelling words from what I just taught you, water and should, from up here, water and should. And then in your blue pouch with our long I this week. So we're doing long I, which you'll learn in your phonics video. I says I when you have a magic E on the end. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and play this so we can kind of practice the long I words. And then we're going to read our story. Get it bigger.
Long I. The I consonant E spelling makes the long I sound, as in bite.
So here's just some words to practice reading long I. Even if you're doing this in your phonics lesson, it's okay to read them again. Remember, it's good to reread and reread and reread.
Likes. White. 5. Wines.
Wide.
Size. Ripe. Hide. Time.
Drives.
Prize.
Shine.
Shine.
Those all said I. Okay. Sentences?
5 fine pumpkins are on a vine. What size is the prize pumpkin?
Okay, let's try it. 5 fine pumpkins are on a vine. What size is the prize pumpkin? Okay, here are the words from our story. These are all long I words from the story we're going to read.
Your turn. Look for these words with long I spelled I consonant E in Time to Plant.
Okay, ready?
Time. Mike. White. Fine. 5. Shines. Vines. Like. While. Bite. Ripe. Piles.
Yikes. I know I made a little mark there, didn't I? So this one's kind of funny. While. That's where we kind of blow our cheeks with that WH. All right, so our story is called Time to Plant. Time to Plant. And it's about plants. Let's listen to, the genre is a drama. This is a drama.
Genre. Drama. Essential question. How do plants change as they grow? Read about how vegetable plants grow. Time to plant.
So let's look at the next page. Because it said it was a drama. We hadn't heard that before. It's like a play. And in a play, people have parts and they talk and do their parts. Well, this is like a play. It's a made-up story where people are acting, doing their parts. So we have a cast. It's the people in the story. So we have Beth, who's the little girl. Mike is the boy. Gramps, Dad, Mom, Miss White, and then there's a narrator. The narrator is the person that kind of tells what's going to happen or what's going on. Like in the Little Red Riding Hood, the narrator might say, Little Red Riding Hood was heading to her grandma's house. She was in the woods when the wolf approached her. And then the Little Red Riding Hood would say something and the wolf was, but the narrator kind of tells what's happening. So this is a different kind of a story. So right here where it says Beth, this is where Beth talks. So when the reader's reading, you don't go, Beth, Dad, can we plant a garden? She will do that when she reads it, but that just means, like, let's say I'm going to be Beth. So when it's my turn, when I see that, I would say, Dad, can we plant a garden? And let's say there's Mr. Maxwell in here, and he's the dad. So when he sees that, then he would say, yes, that will be fine. And then someone has to be Gramps. Gramps would say, we can plant vegetables. And then Mike would say, yum, let's do it together. So we would need different people reading those parts. Since we can't do that because you're at home, we'll just have to read all the parts and say the names. So it'll be a little bit different. Like, let me see how she does it. She says, I'm pretty sure she's going to say, Beth, Dad, can we plant a garden? And then Dad. Okay, let's see.
Beth, Dad, can we plant a garden? Dad, yes, that will be fine. Gramps, we can plant vegetables. Mike, yum, let's do it together.
Okay, so what that just means is that's who's saying those parts at that time. Okay, so let's see if we can read that. And we're going to do it the same way she did. So Beth, and then this is Beth talking. Dad, can we plant a garden? Dad, yes, that will be fine. Gramps, we can plant vegetables. Mike is this little boy. Yum, let's do it together. Okay, so let's see what they plant.
Mom, Dad and I will dig. Mike, I will drop in 5 seeds. Gramps, I will set in green plants. Beth and I will get water.
Okay, so they're all 4 of these are talking, different, replying to each other. Mom says, Mom, Dad and I will dig. Mike, I will drop in 5 seeds. Gramps, I will set in green plants. Beth, and I will get water. Okay, so Mike's putting in seeds and Gramps is putting in plants and Beth is doing the watering. Dad and Mom are digging. Oh, here's the narrator. She's going to kind of tell us something that happens.
Narrator, days pass, the sun shines, rain plinks and plunks. Beth, I can spot buds on the vines. Dad, sun and water made them grow.
Okay, so the narrator, days pass, the sun shines, rain plinks and plunks. Beth, I can spot buds on the vines. Dad, sun and water made them grow. So what do you think might grow from that plant?
Narrator, days pass, the sun shines, rain drips and drops. Beth, the vegetables got big. Dad, we should pick them. Mom, yes, it's time.
Okay, narrator, days pass. The sun shines. Rain drips and drops. The vegetables got big. We should pick them. Yes. Oh, that was my fault. I didn't say Dad. Dad, we should pick them. Mom, yes, it's time. Is that a squash or gourd? Pear? But that'd be a fruit. Okay.
Mike, I like to munch while I pick. I will take a bite. Yum. Gramps, sun and water made them ripe.
So they have the little bitty tomatoes. Mike, I like to munch while I pick. I will take a bite. Yum. Gramps, sun and water made them ripe. Because remember, plants need sun and water and air.
Narrator, they pick piles and piles. Beth, yikes, that's a lot. Mike, we can't eat them all. Gramps, I think I have a plan.
Okay, narrator, they pick piles and piles. Beth, yikes, that's a lot. Mike, we can't eat them all. Gramps, I think I have a plan. What do you think they're going to do? And you can kind of see here. They have too many for themselves to eat. What will they do with it?
Mike, this bag is for you. Miss White, they are such pretty vegetables, thank you. Beth, sun and water made them grow.
Mike, this bag is for you. Miss White, they are such pretty vegetables. Thank you. Beth, sun and water made them grow. Okay. And that is the end. They shared their plants after they planted them, watched them grow, took care of them, and they shared their plants. Okay, we'll read about this part tomorrow. Okay, so what I would just like for you to do, and you might need to take a break first from the reading for a little while. It's going to be a long video. So sometime today, though, I would like you to try to reread the story. Or maybe you can read it with somebody and like do parts. Like maybe you could be Beth and Mike, or you could be Mike and Gramps, or you could be some of the parts and maybe someone else in your family could do the other parts and you can read it together, because I would like you to practice it one more time today. Okay, and then again we'll practice it again tomorrow. Okay, so this week our theme is plants and how they grow and change. We read our Mystery Vine Big Book. We learned some new words today: bloom and sprout. And you got lots of new words. You're learning your long eye. Got lots of new things today because it's Monday. Okay, so we're going to practice all week and get better and better at it. Okay, so sometime today, please reread. I can't even think of the name of it right now. Time to Plant. All right, have a great Monday, boys and girls. I will see you again tomorrow for reading. Bye.